Hello everybody, this is Diane Tanalis, and I'm going to comment on this Gabby Petito, homicide and everything. And it was clear cut to me, I think, when I saw clips of the first video when her fiance Brian was shown on camera with the interview with the police, in Utah, and it was so evident to me who was in the wrong, who had the real emotional problems, and who was the real problem in the relationship. It was Brian. Brian was a clear-cut, toxic, covert, manipulative, narcissist, and he might have sported a few scratches on his face, and he's playing the victim. She was the real victim, and she is determined to be dead, and obviously killed by Brian. So this is just a textbook case of covert narcissism, where he stands composed, if not with, almost a mocking smile on his face. And, she's distraught. She's showing emotion. She's emoting. And she's obviously very distressed and distraught. Meanwhile, it's just another day for him. Classic narcissism, covert narcissism. And if anything could be far from the truth, she was not the instigator. She might have, thrown a punch here or there, but he was the triggerer. He was the provoker. Probably his personality was deeply passive-aggressive. He most likely played mind games. Very, very manipulative. And sometimes what you see in life is altogether not what you think. You can see a couple, and you can make judgments about them. And then this happened in the Chris Watts case. People referred to Shanann as kind of a bitchy person. Yeah, you know what? Her husband killed the whole family. He was a real bitch, wasn't he? Fucking bitch. And what you see in life, or what you hear, is sometimes opposite of the truth. Just remember that. When you see somebody who is bold and courageous and brave and overt, you see who they are. There's nothing to hide about. They don't hide anything. You see what you get. You get what you see. When somebody's covert, when somebody doesn't show emotion, or when somebody plays the victim, plays Miss Innocent or Mr. Innocent, those are the ones to worry about. And I hope Brian is found alive. I hope he is not deceased. I kind of think he might be. I kind of think he, killed himself. And, it's possible that he could have tied a brick to his neck and, went out and just drowned and made himself very difficult to find. But I really hope that he's alive and faces consequences. And, for the family of Gabriel, at least they can have a better closure of exactly what happened. If he has any manhood in him, and if he's found, if he could just explain what happened, what triggered him to kill her, or was it an ongoing altercation? Was it something impulsive? Just give the family some kind of closure and relief. Don't leave them to wonder and worry and, you know, suffer. You know, I have never lost a dog that was missing and who went, you know, missing. And I thought, if that ever happened to me, I would be just so distraught. What happened? Was he killed? Did he get eaten? Did he, you know, was he abused? Did someone take him in and just not want to give him back? And there's just so many things that could be going through this family's mind. And, you know, they are really, really suffering with the loss of their daughter. And if any justice can come of this, it would be that Brian, oh, that's a pretty house. It's really big, really, really nice and secluded and private. But if anything, any kind of justice could come from this for the Petito family, you know, Brian will be found and brought to justice. And, you know, if he has any sense of decency or compassion, any drop of humanity and a humane sense of dignity, he will describe what happened. And, I mean, he's obviously, you know, if he's found, he's obviously, you know, going to jail for life, forever. But if he could just give this family, you know, just one shred of, you know, relief and to explain what happened. And that's not usually what covert narcissists do. You know, covert narcissists usually like to see other people squirm. They like to see them suffer. They like to make, they like to see them in pain. And they like to see the reaction that other people are under from their actions. And covert narcissists are the very most cruel people. And they're shy of empathy. So there's just so many things, you know, about a covert person that, you know, are just absolutely sickening. And there's a lot of them in society, and it's just a tragedy. So I'm just really disgusted how all of this has played out. And it was really disgusting for me to, you know, to hear that the initial confrontation with the police, you know, they were thinking of giving a citation of domestic violence to Gabriel, because obviously, you know, they didn't see what transpired between her and Brian before they were stopped. So just beware the person who plays Mr. Innocent Victim and who shows no emotion. Just watch them real carefully. And you can Google covert narcissism, and you can see some great videos. There's a guy, his name, his channel is Associated Direct, ASST Direct, I think is his name, and he's is a black guy, and he's just exceptional, just truly exceptional, a narcissistic coach. There's also a guy named, I can't think of his name, but his channel is Narcology. And there's several women, and I can't think of their name offhand right now, but, you know, I saved their channels, and they're excellent. And they've all actually been through covert narcissistic abuse. So I am almost positive that, you know, poor Gabby was a victim of narcissistic abuse. I personally have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, and it stemmed from childhood. Both my parents were extreme narcissists. They weren't covert, but there was a little passive aggressive nature to both of them. And yeah, you just look up covert narcissistic abuse. It's the most dangerous, it's insidious, it's cruel, it's wicked. And poor Gabby was a victim. And you know, if it wasn't her, it would have been his next girlfriend or fiance. And they can be extremely charming, this type of narcissist. Very charming, and they have everyone believing that they're Mr. Innocence. They're, you know, kind, gentlemanly, and they know how to play people. They have an act. They're very, they have rehearsed, and they know how to convince people. So, I will just be ecstatic when and if Brian is found and, you know, he confronts justice. But, you know, in the meantime, you know, Gabby's family is suffering, and I'm sure there's just so much anger, and and you know, look at the families. Look at the two families. The Petito family has been open and discussed things with the media, and the Laundrie family is covert. Yeah, even lawyered up real quick, didn't they? It sickens me. It sickens me how a covert narcissistic types are very clandestine and withdrawn and tight-lipped. You cannot trust somebody who is like that, and it's just so sickening. It's just, I almost feel it in my stomach, just the vulgarity of them being so, you know, closed off and shut down and just not even showing face. And God, it makes me sick. So anyway, I just hope this person, this male named Brian Laundrie, is found very quickly, and you know, he is punished. And I hope, for the sake of the Petito family, that he gives them some kind of closure and explanation what happened, because even if it was a violent end or a sad end, at least they can, you know, have this image in their mind, and they can give a finalization and closure to, you know, their daughter, and not worry and wonder their entire lives what happened, because that is probably the most cruel thing. And that's probably what's going to happen, because you know, a covert narcissist is just not one to show emotion or to detail facts. They're people that hide the truth, and they don't like people, you know, knowing about their lives. So anyway, you know, my heart goes out to Gabby's family, and I just really hope this comes to an end real soon. Thanks for watching.